All right, say Halloween.
Halloween! Halloween, a day for trick-or-treating, decorating your home, binging a scary movie, and carving pumpkins. But why do we celebrate Halloween? Where did all these traditions come from? Why are you dressed like that? I'm a sexy minion. Banana. Just, ugh. It all started with the Iron Age Celtic holiday of Samhain. This was a fire festival celebrating the end of the harvest season, and also death and rebirth. You see, the Celtics had a calendar based on the wheel of a year, and this celebration marked the transition from the light to the dark. It was at this point they believed the veil between the physical world and the afterlife was at its thinnest, so they lit massive bonfires to scare off any bad spirits. They also wore costumes, most likely various animal skins and wooden masks, so any spirits with bad intentions would not recognize them. Oh, sorry bro, just looking for humans. During the festival, the village children would also play pranks on their neighbors and blame it on the bad spirits. They would also sacrifice crops and animals to celebrate the end of the harvest, and partly as an offering to any bad spirits. Samhain was celebrated until 43 AD when the Romans invaded northwestern Europe and eventually brought Catholicism to the region. In an attempt to merge the pagan holiday into Christianity, All Saints' Day was created, which celebrated dead saints and martyrs. All Saints' Day was celebrated on November 1st and was also called Hallowmas, literally meaning the Mass of the Saints. This is where we get the name Halloween, literally meaning the day before Hallowmas. This replaced the old traditions of sacrificing crops and animals with food offerings to the poor and a day of prayer. But somehow, the pranks and tricks continued. It wasn't until the 1840s when we saw the holiday start to morph into what we know today. Prior to the mid-19th century, America was mostly Protestant and did not celebrate All Saints' Day, and most Halloween traditions were forbidden as they were deemed too pagan. This wasn't until the Irish potato famine, which forced around 1.5 million Irish Catholics to America. With them came the old Halloween traditions of playing pranks and bobbing for apples. Hey DKal, you should go bob for an apple. Oh no, this tradition isn't for me. Ah, come on, you party pooper. During the late 1800s, the celebrations would continue, and children would often wear masks while pranking their neighbors so they would not be recognized. This was fine, but it seemed that each year the children would have to top their pranks that they did from the year before. Meaning by the early 1900s, the pranks were just straight up vandalism.
Avengers, assemble. Trick or treat, motherfucker.
To try and stop the vandalism, people literally started handing out treats and candy to kids on Halloween to gain their favor. Like, they literally had to bribe the kids to stop. And so we have the birth of trick-or-treating. During the 50s and 60s, with the onset of television, movies, and some straight-up good old-fashioned capitalism, Halloween really started to become what it is today. Candy companies started releasing Halloween-specific candies, horror movies and TV shows would air non-stop during the weeks leading up to the holiday, and decorations could be found on shelves well before October 31st. In 2015, Halloween became a nearly $7 billion industry, and I do not see that slowing down. Oh, that reminds me. You can't have Halloween without carving a pumpkin. Vegetable carvings have been around for thousands of years, and the first carvings were most likely done with turnips, not pumpkins. It wasn't until the discovery of the Americas when they realized that pumpkins were a much better vegetable. In the 1820s short story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, a shattered pumpkin is discovered the morning after the Headless Horseman appeared. This started the common depictions of the Headless Horseman with a pumpkin in place of his severed head. This is most likely where the association between jack-o'-lanterns and Halloween began. And there, all done.
Oh my. La la.